Please do watch or do listen to my today's session. Okay, can you see my screen now? The slides?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, right. So previously, in the previous session, we were discussing why do we need a financial analysis, right? It will show you the financial nature or financial management in a company. So one of the methods for the financial analysis, the three documents or the three statements what you maintain is balance sheet, profit and loss statement, cash flow statement. Okay, so in order to do that, what are the key areas you need to focus? The key areas you need to focus is capital and operating cost, funds flow, cash flow, ratio analysis, break even analysis, profitability analysis, social cost benefit analysis, and investment process, right? So we had seen in the last topic what is an ratio analysis. It's a ratio of numerator by denominator. In numerator you will be concentrating on the most desirable factor. Example is asset. Okay, the asset of a firm. Okay, in the denominator you will be concentrating on the less desirable factor, that is a liability. If I'm concentrating on the balance sheet, the balance sheet comprises of assets, liabilities, shareholder equity. All these will be given in terms of years. Okay, so in profit and loss statement or in income statement, you will be given about the operating the profit. What is the net profit? What is the profit margin before tax and after tax? What is the tax percentage? Okay, what is the stock left in the stock in the firm? Everything will be given in the net profit. I'm sorry, everything will be given in the income statement, right? So now we will see in ratio analysis. I said there are three types of ratios. So one is balance sheet ratios, and second one is a revenue statement ratios, and the balance sheet. It's a third one is a compound ratio. Okay, now we will see what is a break-even analysis. Why do we need this break-even analysis? I said yesterday, right? If I'm studying a company after 5 years or after 10 years of duration, what I'm trying to do, ultimately my result is to get profit out of it, isn't it? To get profit out of it. How do I reach the profit out of it? Initially, when I'm starting a company, I can't utilize the capital, the whole capital investment, or I can't utilize the whole sales or whatever I have in my hand. Slowly the graph will be increasing. So you, an entrepreneur always tries to reach this point. If he will be struggling, once he's at that point, that's the stage where he is now gaining the profit. Okay, after he reaches that point, he will be ultimately getting the profit, but below this point, that is loss. Okay, so I can tell that break even point is a point called as a balancing point, or you can simply call it as an equilibrium point, where you will be getting with no loss and no profit. And you can even tell this break even point as a critical point, because every entrepreneur will be struggling to reach this break even point. If I'm an entrepreneur, if I'm talking with an economist or an accounts person, he will be asking you whether did you reach this break even point or not. If I say that no, I'm little bit closer to the break even point, it shows that you are trying to reach where no loss and no profit, where your total sales or the total cost what you are putting on a product is equivalent to the total revenue. Total cost of the product what you are spending is equal to the total revenues generated. So that is break even point. So what I had written in the second point here, break even point is a point where sales revenue is equal to the cost to make and sell the product. Break even point is a point where you have no profit and no loss, right? So in order to achieve this, in order to stand at this break even point, you need to struggle a lot, right? So in this, to do this analysis in a firm, you have four assumptions. Okay, four assumptions must be followed if you wanted to do this analysis. The first one is total cost is suggested to be fixed. Whatever the cost you're uh, putting on a product, it should be fixed. It should not be variable. It should not change. Once it is the total cost what you're spending on a product, it should be fixed. This is first assumption. The second one is the sales price per unit. Sales price per unit shall be remain same for any volume. Whatever the sales price for a single product in a bulk, it should be same in the whatever the volume you are producing, the sales price should be same. Okay. The third point is variable cost per unit should be fixed. This you cannot, it is very difficult to follow this point. Variable cost, what is a variable cost? The cost what you are giving for the wages, for the cost of the transport cost, all these comes under variable cost. So you have to maintain even this variable cost as fixed. It should not deviate, or it should not fluctuate, right? Any disturbance? Any disturbance? Okay. So the fourth one, the fixed cost remains same. If you wanted to do a break-even analysis, always you should make the fixed cost which is a constant, that should be same, remain same. So these are the assumptions, four assumptions, and it shows like a variable cost per unit shall be fixed. This you can, it takes so much, it's very hard to maintain. So this is a disadvantage of break even analysis. Maintaining the variable cost to be fixed is, you have to, this is one where you have to concentrate. So that's why when I talk about the pros and cons of break even analysis, I say that maintaining the variable cost to be fixed and maintaining the same sales price of all the units in a volume is also very hard to maintain. So if you are able to maintain this two, then you can say that you will be reaching the break even point very earlier. Every company or every entrepreneur will reach, right? In some point of time, he will be reaching this point. But reaching this break even analysis very fastly, very at an early stage, getting more profits is important to us, right? So to maintain this, to achieve this, to stand in this point, these four assumptions are must. Okay. Now we will see what is a break-even point in terms of a chart. Okay. So in x-axis, I had given the total output. Okay. The total output, the output in x-axis, and this is the total cost. Okay. This is the total cost, and this is the output. This is output. Okay. And this is the total cost spent, right? So I said in the second assumption, and the fourth assumption, the fixed cost, it remains same. So I am fixing at the 1 lakh, or at 1 lakh, I am fixing this as fixed cost. As I said, fixed cost remains the same. So I am drawing a line. I had fixed this fixed cost here. So this red color line is the fixed cost, right? So now you have two lines. I said break even point is a point where the total revenue is equivalent to total cost. I am taking revenue, total revenue as TR. Okay, I am taking total revenue as TR. Total cost as TC. Okay, total cost as TC. I said TR should be equivalent to TC now. So TR line is a violet colored, TC is the orange colored line. So now you can see there is an intersection point where both lines are meeting. That you call it as break even point. So now if you drop it to the x and y axis, you can see that at this cost, the total cost spent at this number of units is the break even point. Okay, so now how do you do this analysis? Now you got the TR line and the TC line from the graph you had marked. So 1 minute, I'll change the ink color now. Okay, so this one, the distance or the area, this is not a distance. If I talk in terms of a graph, the area covered between the TC and the TR line below the break even point, you call this as loss. It says that company is in the loss if he is below this, right? if if you take this area, okay, the area between the TR and the TC after the break even point, you can say that the company is in profit. The company is in profit now. Okay, so now we will see this is a fixed cost. Now we'll see where is a variable cost, the area where it is lying. So this is total cost line. Let me use some other color. Okay, so this is total cost line. This is total cost line. Okay, and this is fixed cost line. As you all know, some of the students gave a very good seminar about total cost, variable cost, fixed cost, average cost. Okay, so total cost is equivalent to variable cost plus fixed cost. Okay, total cost is always equivalent to variable cost plus fixed cost. So you know the total cost now line and you know the fixed cost. Now you can say from this you can say the distance, the area covered between these two lines, you can take this as variable cost. Okay, the distance between this line, orange colored line and red colored line, the area that is covered, you can take this as variable cost. Is it clear? Is it clear, students? Hello, hello,
Yes, ma'am.
is it clear? Everyone please tell me, this topic is very important in terms of exam point of view. Today I'm just covering in external point of view. I am giving, this is a very important topic to know. You have to understand this graph. Break even point is an intersection of the curve, the graph of TC and TR. Okay, the shaded part below is loss, the shaded part, the after point is the profit. TC is equivalent to the variable cost plus fixed cost. So you need to know where is the area of variable cost and where is the area of the fixed cost. Okay, right. So now we will see the advantages. I said the demerits of it. In order to maintain the variable cost to be fixed is very hard, and the sales price of each and every unit should be same. That is also very hard. So that if you maintain that, you will be reaching it earlier. So now comes an advantage. What is the use of using this break even analysis? To forecast to forecast the changes of price on profit and break even point. So you can easily see where you can reach the profit. By this graph you can now understand you are here. In order to reach this break even point, what are the changes if you wanted to change the price? See, let's say if I'm producing the product at 100 rupees, the same product is being manufactured by some other company at 90 rupees. So what it will happen, the people, whatever who wants to buy will buy at the same quality at the affordable price, isn't it? So sometimes if you are a monopoly company, monopoly means the same, you are the only owner of the product and you are only manufacturing in a society. So how do you change the price in order to achieve the profit and achieve that point earlier? So you can forecast it if you do this break even analysis. Okay, the second one is helps to know the effect on sales channel and profit in BEP. So this will help you uh, to know the effect of the sales channel and the profit what is going on through this break even point methods. Okay, third one is to control the manufacturing expenses. So by break even analysis you will know where you're lacking, like lacking in the sense, in the terms of if you're spending too much in a manufacturing process, too much on materials or too much on machinery, you can cut down it, and you can cut down the manufacturing expenses by doing this break even analysis. Okay, and the fourth point is to control sales, distribution and general overhead. Okay, so sales distribution is like what sales and distribution is like, advertising, commercialization, all these will come under sales and distribution. So now you can know if you where to spend. Please be on the line. Hello ma'am. Ma'am, నేను క్లాస్లో ఉన్నాను మ్యామ్. ఓకే, ఓకే, ఓకే. Yes, so to control, you can control in terms of advertising, commercialization and general overhead. What is an overhead cost? We had seen this in CIF and FOB pricing. Overhead is the cost of transportation from the firm to the shipping area, or shipping area to the export area, right? So we can cut down this even the overhead cost also. Then the next point is it can evaluate the promotional potency of a new product. If I wanted to launch a new product, you can do an before launching the product, you will know where you are standing, you will know whether there is a profit or loss, or if I introduce some new product in a market, whether it will be giving a profit or loss to me. Okay, so promotional potency of the new product, launching a new product or to do some experiment, this will help you. Okay, then it aids in verifying the profitability position of two concerns. Like if you wanted to I mean, if you wanted to compare the two products or the two firms or the two types of business what you are owning, if you wanted to compare the say if you are manufacturing some two different products in a firm, and you can compare it in terms of profitability. Two concerns means you can take the two types of products or two types of businesses. Okay, two types of firms, you can compare it. Okay, the next one is make or buy decision. Make or buy decision is like let's say if I'm manufacturing a mobile phone, in that some parts will be where if you it, the cost of that will be less if I buy the product from some ancillary unit. Okay, if let's say it is taking 10,000 rupees if I buy the product. If I'm manufacturing by my own, if it is taking only 5,000, what I do, I'll go for manufacturing on my end. So you can have a decision of make or buy. If by this break even analysis, or the point where you wanted to reach by the graph or whatever the analysis, you can decide whether to make or buy decision. Okay, the last one is drop or add. Drop or add means if you wanted to drop or drop in the sense, if you wanted to stop the production of some product which is making some loss in your firm, or if you wanted to add some product in your firm. See, if you wanted to do some other product or introduce some other product which is an add on to the product what you are doing, so here you can decide whether you wanted to drop or add. Okay, these are the advantages if you know the break even point of a company where you're standing. If you know how many, what is an output and what is the total cost spent, and how you are fixing the fixed cost, that all plays a major role, right? Is it clear? Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Yes. So now we will go to the formulae. Okay, before doing a problem, today I'll discuss a problem for you. So before going to the problem, so please all of you open your books and write this. Please all of you open the book. I will remove all this whatever I had written. It will ultimately confuse you. Please all of you, I'm giving you just 2 minutes time. Please first draw this, and at least one of you please show me the picture what you are drawing through WhatsApp, because I am not understanding whether you are following me or not. I am just giving you 1 minute or 2 minutes time. Please draw this graph in your book. Are you drawing? Please all
Yes,
of
ma'am.
you, one thing I am requesting you, please all of you on your videos. All of you on your video. On your video. On your video. I request all the students, please on your video. Please all of you on your video. I want you all to please on your video show your book to me, the graph. And why I'm stressing on this is, if you will not understand this graph, you cannot do the problem. I think you will get a problem on this in external.
Ma'am, please show the graph, ma'am. We are not able to see that.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
1 minute. Please all of you on your video. On your video. Okay, can you see this? On your video. On your video and start drawing in front of me. Pavani has switched on her video. Are you drawing? Are you drawing?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. After it is finished, please tell me. I'll tell the formulae. Then we'll do a problem. For your convenience, I had written in the paint and I had pasted that in the PPT. Don't worry. If it is done, please tell me. Please, I'm not interested to see, I'm interested to see your drawing of the graph. Please, all of you on your videos. Over? Is it done? Is it done? Is it done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Right? So all of you even please share this area as a loss and share this area as profit and mark where is the variable cost area, where is a fixed cost area. Okay. Okay. Now please all of you note it. Break even point in terms of units. Okay, in terms of units, right? You can the break even point in terms of money value, in terms of rupees, the formula is different. In terms of units, okay, per unit, okay, the formula is different. Okay, and if in terms of sales, the formula is different. So now we will see break even point in terms of units. Break even point in terms of unit is equivalent to, 1 minute. Yeah, break even point in terms of units is equivalent to fixed cost by selling price per unit minus variable cost per unit. Break even point in units is equivalent to fixed cost of a product. What you're fixing, 10,000 rupees is fixed. Okay, so that fixed cost by selling price of single unit, of single piece, minus variable cost of a single piece is equivalent to break even point in terms of number of units. Okay, in terms of number of units, or you can take it as fixed cost by contribution. Fixed cost by contribution. Contribution is nothing but selling price per unit minus variable cost. You can take this S minus V. Selling price minus variable cost is equivalent to C. Okay, in some formulae they will be writing it as FC, fixed cost by contribution. Okay, the second formula, if you wanted to calculate the point in terms of rupees, in terms of money value, that is break even point is equivalent to, I have already written here yesterday, break even point is equivalent to fixed cost by sales, or the sales cost, or the sales of the product. It's not a cost, sales of the product minus variable cost. Okay, fixed cost by, you're talking in terms of money value. So here in denominator you will get sales minus variable cost. Okay, so you can also write this formula. If you substitute in any of the formula, you will get the same answer. Okay, the second one is fixed cost by profit volume ratio. You call it as PV ratio. Okay, PV ratio in terms of money value, in terms of rupees. If you wanted to know, the formula is fixed cost by profit volume ratio. And again, if you will take what is this profit volume ratio, it is sales minus variable cost by sales into 100. Whatever you substitute, you will get the same. Okay, so break even point in terms of money value is fixed cost by sales minus variable cost. Please all of you note this formula. If you will do the problem, you will understand. Now please all of you note the first one, break even point in terms of number of units, break even point in terms of rupees. Please all of you note this and tell me if it is done. Are you all noting? Are you all noting?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Hmm.
Completed, ma'am.
Yeah. Everyone?
Yes,
Everyone?
ma'am.
Yeah. Can I go to the next slide? Anyhow, in the problem
Yes, ma'am.
also, I had written the formula clearly. I had even substituted it. So you can go through it, right? So now the third formula is margin of safety. Okay, please all of you note. The first one is break even point in terms of unit. Second one is break even point in terms of money value. The third formula is margin of safety. Margin of safety means where you're reaching the margin of safety. It's a difference between the actual sales minus break even sales. Margin of safety is the difference of actual sales minus break even sales. Okay, let's say I'm manufacturing a product and the actual sales rupees was 10,000. Okay, 10,000. But when I did this break even analysis, I got this break even sales at 8,000, right? So my margin of safety will be at 2,000 sales. At 2,000, okay, now I'm at profit. So 10,000 minus 8,000, 2,000, right? So margin of safety is the actual sales what you incurred minus the sales what you got in the break even analysis. In the break even analysis, you'll be getting the break even sales point or the sales value, right? So that if you substitute it, you will be getting the margin of safety. Now we will see what is a margin of safety ratio, or the ratio of the margin of safety. Margin of safety, that is the difference between the actual sales minus break even sales by sales into 100. Into 100, I had already written here. Margin safety ratio is margin of safety by total sales into 100. Please all of you note this formula. Margin of safety ratio is equivalent to margin of safety by sales into 100. After noting this, please tell me. I'll go to the next slide.
Done, ma'am.
Done? Done
Yes,
all
Yes,
of
ma'am.
you?
ma'am.
Done.
Yeah. I'm getting only girl sound, no voice. Are they there? They are available or not? Their presence is there or not? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So what? Yes, did you note or not? I am not finding any of your videos. I am telling you so many times, please on your video. You're not doing it. Please all of you on, or else I will report this to your HOD. I want you all to show your books. Show your books to me. On your videos. Okay, Pavani as shown. She's showing some integration. Where is that? There are 15 students in the session now and I'm seeing only one.
Ma'am, I have opened the camera, ma'am.
No, yeah. Okay, Soumya, okay. Still, please.
Ma'am, I also, ma'am. Pranita.
Pranita. Yeah. Pranita,
Ma'am,
Navya.
1000.
Navya. Navya.
Yes, ma'am.
316 315 3009 4041 4029 4024 4009
Ma'am,
40.
Susmita.
Yeah. Shushmita, show me your book.
Shown, ma'am.
I'm not finding. Again, you show me.
Ma'am, 315, ma'am. I'm saying my book only, ma'am.
Yeah. Now I got. Shushmita, now I got.
Ma'am, 315.
315. What about boys? You're just saying yes, but I'm not finding any of your video or the book. I want you to show your book, not anything else. You're noting my formula, whatever the graph I'm showing in the PPT, I want as proof. Show to the screen now. Or else I will not give attendance. I will not give attendance.
4041, ma'am.
4041.
Pavani. You
How
told
many
me.
are yeah, no,
Okay,
I just read the numbers in series.
okay, ma'am.
Boys, please show Mohammed 4009. 4009. Radha Krishna, are you available? 316. Just switch on the classes. It will not fetch you anything. Switch on the classes and going away from here will not fetch you. I will not give attendance also. It's a 2-hour session. 2 hours will count you a lot. If I talk in terms of academic point of view, if I talk in terms of normal, like the subject, if you want, please attend it. Okay. It's a last reminder to everyone. I'm asking you to show the books as a proof you are writing or not. As this is a mathematical formula, till now I'm just telling you only the subject, whatever, but I'm giving you some formula here. Please make a note of it. Right? So I'm coming back to the slides now. So now all of you take the question. I'll just read the question. Please all of you write it in your books. Okay. Calculate the break-even point in units. Calculate the break-even point in units and sales. Calculate the break-even point in units and sales if the fixed cost is rupees 9,000, selling price is rupees 5 per unit, variable cost is rupees 3 per unit. The question is still here. The second part, okay, the second part, if suppose, second part in this, the question is of two parts. Second part, suppose the price reduces to rupees 2 per unit. Suppose the price reduces to rupees 2 per unit. What would you say about break-even position? What would you say about break-even position? So all of you please start calculating and tell me the answer. I gave you the formula directly. You have to calculate break-even point in terms of units and in terms of sales. Okay, so break-even point in terms of units, this is the formula. Okay, in terms of sales, the formula will change. I'm writing here into sales. Okay, nothing changed. Break-even point in terms of sales, if they'll ask you to calculate fixed cost by sales minus variable cost into sales. This is the formula for the second one. Okay, I am again giving you the slide of question. All of you make a note of it and tell me the answer. Just do the part 1, part 2 will do it next. Suppose if the price
4,500.
4,500 is BEF, P in terms of units.
Units. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, tell me in terms of sales. Sales formula is this, whatever I've written it in the yellow, into sales. Break even point in terms of into sales. Just multiply the sales to that and you will be getting it.
22,500.
Okay. Please all of you take time. I'm giving you 2 minutes. Please solve it. Please solve it.
22,500.
Okay, then I'll show my
P.
solution. Done? Everyone, all the 15 students? All the 15 students done? Okay. Now I'll be showing my solution. The same thing I had written. Break-even point in terms of unit is equal to fixed cost by sales per unit or selling price per unit minus variable cost per unit. So I just substituted it. Break-even point in terms of sales is FC by S minus V into S. That is the answer. Now, in the second question, what they are asking, suppose the price is changed to rupees 2 per unit. Initially, it was 3 rupees they took for a single unit. Okay. Now, the selling price was changed to 2. So, what you can do it with the break-even point? So, tell me how can you solve this problem? It is just simple. Question looks critical. They are asking you if the selling price is rupees 2, calculate the break-even point. The fixed cost is same. You cannot change it, but selling price will be changing. So 9,000 by 2 minus variable cost. It was 5. I'm sorry, it was 5. Now they are telling you to change to 2. So 2 minus 3. Okay, 2 minus 3. I didn't write it. Okay, so in terms of the problem, if they'll ask you 9,000, they are telling you to change the selling price. So 2 minus, what is the variable cost of that? 3. So
3.
what you are getting?
Minus 9,000.
9,000. Yeah, 9,000 by 1, it is minus 9,000. Okay, so now if you substitute this minus 9,000, you will be getting here minus 9,000 into what is S? S is 2. Okay, so you are getting minus 18,000. So if you will change the price, the selling price of the product from 5 rupees to 2 rupees, you are getting loss, right? Minus 8,000 means it is below the break-even point, right? Minus. So it says that you can suggest to them that if you will change it to 2, from 5 to 2, you will get a loss. So that's the conclusion about this. They are asking you, what would you say about break even position? So at this price, you will be getting the loss. So you should not change, you should not come down. You should always put the selling price more than 5 or more than 5. So that's important, that is the importance of break even point. So you can decide it here whether you wanted, if you wanted to go for the profit section, so you can change the selling price or the variable, and you cannot, if you wanted to do this break even analysis, the variable cost you have to try to maintain constant, and the fixed cost should always remain constant. You understood the problem? Understood the problem?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it clear?
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
right. So now we will, after this break-even analysis, and please go through some standard textbooks. For this entrepreneurship, I said Vasant Desai. Vasant Desai, you have problems. Please solve it. If you have any doubts, just take a picture of it. I'll solve it and I'll give you the solution in WhatsApp. If you're having any, this break even analysis is a very vast. I had given only in terms of unit and in terms of sales. Okay, there are many cases. Okay, if you please try it, and if you have any doubts, please just send the picture of it. I will solve it and send you the solution of it. Okay, so the next small topic of this third unit, and please all of you make a note of it, what I didn't tell you. In the demand and forecasting, I had skipped the topic of quantitative analysis. I said only qualitative analysis. I have to tell quantitative analysis. Monday I will tell you. And in financial analysis, I had said ratio analysis and break even analysis. Rest all are there. Cost benefit analysis, profitability, all these are there. Those I will continue in Monday next class. So I am taking a small topic. This is a technical analysis. So from where this topic has started, let me show that. Just blindly telling the PPT slides, it will not help you. So I will, from where did I take this topic? Let me show that. Okay, just give me a while. Yeah, in the syllabus point of view, we had seen this project formulation, we had seen this analysis of market demand, how do we, what are the different types of doing the survey, demand forecasting. Then we had seen financial analysis, some of the topics in that, how do you do the balance sheet, how do you do the ratio analysis, and how do you do the break even analysis. We will see this profitability analysis in Monday. So now I wanted to explain the technical analysis for you. This topic I wanted to explain. And the last topic, this project financing, some of the students had given a very good seminars on Wednesdays. I will share this project financing, whatever they had given, the slides I will share to you in the teams. Okay. So now we are in this small topic, technical analysis. We will take this profitability analysis in depth in the next week. Okay, so now let's go to the technical analysis. Okay, right. So technical analysis is like, it establishes where the project is technically feasible or not, whether it offers a basis for the estimation of cost or not. Okay, so technically, like if I'm manufacturing a product, I should also know the product specification. If I'm buying a mobile phone in online portal or in an online e-commerce website, what I do, I will first see the specifications of the mobile. I'll see the camera, I'll see the features, and I will compare it with the in the market. What are the available phones? How, whether it is sleek or not? All those technical specifications I will see, right? So technical specifications, or the choosing the product, or choosing the plant where you wanted to manufacture, location of the plant, or choosing the appropriate machinery. I think we had seen this topic earlier. It's a repetitive. The topic heading was different, but the concept is same. So technical specifications, whether it is feasible or not, we will be studying here. Okay, technical analysis should incorporate the following. The first one is a description of the product. I said, right, a proper specification in terms of physical, mechanical, chemical, whatever the properties you are showing to the product, it should be precise and very clear to the product, to the buyers. Okay, the second one is a description of the selected manufacturing process. So in here you're talking about technically, so you should also know what is the manufacturing process, or what is the layout you are doing, what is the design you are doing, what if you are using some software in that, whether you are using the appropriate resources or not, so that you will be concerned. Okay, the third one is determination of plant size and the production schedule. This is very very important. Plant size, whether the layout what you are planning, whether it is okay or not, everything you have to see. Okay, then the next one is selection of machinery and equipment, the concerned specifications you have to study it. Okay, then identification of plant location. This is very very important. I'll just give you an example. If I'm manufacturing a firm and I had located this firm in some area, when you are locating a firm in an area, you should see that it should be the distance between the material where you are taking the overhead. You should cut down this overhead cost, right? It should be nearer to the shipping area, or it should be nearer to the transport where you are getting the raw materials. If it is far away to the raw materials, the overhead cost will be more, right? Overhead cost will be more. If it is nearer, okay, whether the machinery what you are selecting, whether it is appropriate, on the plant location is very very important. If I talk in terms of entrepreneurship for the startups, I said an example that one of my colleague had started a cafeteria and he kept it in a cellar. Okay, the cafeteria was having a very good aesthetic look. The product what he was doing, it was very fine enough, but he had chosen the wrong location. He had taken the cellar in a shopping mall. A person will not, if he's an hungry, he will always try to buy where he's where it is in his nearby location. He will not go down or in some remote areas, right? So locating the enterprise is also very very important. And design of plant layout, availability of raw materials, utilities. Sometimes if you are locating the plant where you are not having the certain mandatory utilities like water, current, everything, if you do not have proper utilization or proper infrastructure, then you cannot run it. So these are the technical analysis. If you wanted to start a firm, these are the analysis in terms of technical. Then estimating the labor requirement, including like labor requirement, how many number of the labor you want. Labor requirements is also very very important. And the determination of type and quantity of waste disposal, this is very very important. If you're starting any steel factory or a steel plant or any cement plant or some thermal plants. Okay, in thermal plants, I went to Kottagudem thermal plant. So there I saw the waste disposal method. The ash what was coming, the ash that was an output, waste output. So that was taken by the cement industry. So cement industry should always be nearer to the thermal plant, so that they can take this ash, and this ash is very dangerous, it's an hazardous, right? So this ash is immediately transferred to the cement industry. So you should also see this means the waste disposal is also waste disposal. How well you are doing this is also very very important. So I gave you thermal plant and cement plant. Okay, so estimation of the product cost, production cost, technically how you are doing it. So all these are about the technical analysis. Is it clear? Is it clear? Yes, is it clear? And then I would like to conclude some of the schemes I've seen for entrepreneur development program schemes. This I had shown Startup India in the previous sessions. Startup India I had shown. Stand Up India also have shown. Please all of you write this Mudra Yojana and PMEGP scheme and let me know what is that, and in the next class I would like you all voluntarily just tell me, or you can send me information to my WhatsApp what is this Mudra Yojana and PMEGP scheme, and this is an EDP scheme of Government of India. In Government of India, these are the four schemes given to the startup young entrepreneurs. Please all of you see this, and there are some links given here. You can click on it and study on it, right? That's all for today. And now it's your turn. Students who are ready for the seminar, you can give it. So today we had seen what is a break-even analysis. We had seen some of the formulae. We had solved one problem. We had seen what is a technical analysis topic. It's a very small topic. Technically, plant layout, plant size, plant location, the specifications, all this you will be studying on it. And we had seen some of the schemes, 4 schemes. And now it's your turn. Let me open. Who is there for today's seminar?
Me, ma'am. Pavani 4041.
Yeah, Pavani, can you send to my WhatsApp number or to my mail ID? Write
Ma'am, I
down
have already sent to you at WhatsApp, ma'am.
to my WhatsApp. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let me reload it. There are some students who will be giving today on break-even analysis. I'm giving you the same topic what I'm teaching. You want PDF or PPT?
PPT, ma'am. Both are same, ma'am, but I have sent in both the formats.
Okay. Yeah, you can start.
Okay.
Yeah, please start, Pavani.
Ma'am, I'm opening in my mobile also, ma'am, so that
Oh,
it will be convenient for me.
okay, fine, fine. So meanwhile, who are there for today's session? Please do not make me to show you. Voluntarily tell me, send to my mail ID. Please.
Ma'am, I'm starting, ma'am.
Yeah, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Yeah. Today 4038 4041 Pavanish is going to give 4042 K Shivasai, 4045 Ramana, 4050 Zubair, 4301 Vishwas. So these all are there. So please all of you note it down. I'm just opening her. Yeah, you can continue.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, one and all. Today's my seminar topic is financial analysis. Uh, Ma'am, first slide, ma'am.
Yeah, this is first slide. What is financial analysis?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah. We will go through first what is financial analysis. Financial analysis is the process of evaluating business, projects, budgets, and other finance related transactions to determine their performance and suitability. It can help managers to make future business decisions or review historical trends for past successes. Financial analysis can help investors to choose the best possible investment opportunities. Ma'am, next slide, ma'am.
Understanding financial analysis.
Yes, ma'am. So, understanding financial analysis. Financial analysis is used to evaluate economic trends, set financial policy, build long-term plans for business activity, and identify projects or companies for investment. This is done through the synthesis of financial numbers or financial data. A financial analysis will thoroughly examine a company by some statements and some sheets. The statements are like financial statements, income statements, cash flow statements, and
Balance sheet.
sheets are balance sheet statement. Ma'am, next slide, ma'am. Types of financial analysis. We have types of financial analysis based on the users and based on the method of operations. Based on the method of operations, we have two types, like dynamic analysis and static analysis. And based on the users, we have two types, external analysis and internal analysis. Next slide, ma'am. External analysis. External analysis is conducted by the person who do not have the access to the internal accounting records of the business firm, such as investors, creditors, government agencies, credit agencies, and the general people like we. Next one, internal analysis. Internal analysis is conducted by the person who have access to the internal accounting business firm, such as executives and agencies of the organization or a company. Next slide, ma'am. Horizontal or dynamic analysis. It refers to the comparison of financial data of a company for several years. It's also called as a dynamic analysis as it is based on the data from year to year rather than the single year.
Okay.
Vertical or static analysis. It refers to the study of relationships of various steps in the financial statements of one according period. It is known as static analysis as it is referred for only a limited period, like 1 year or 1 month. It can be anything for a limited period. That's why it's called as a static analysis. Steps for financial analysis. Establish objectives of the analysis. Second one is defining the extent of analysis and reorganization and rearrangement of financial data. Relationship among financial statements with help of the tool and techniques. Interpretation of information. Drawing a conclusion. These are the steps for financial analysis. Tools and techniques for the financial analysis are as follows. Comparative statements, trend analysis, fund flow analysis, cash flow analysis, ratio analysis. Common size statements are the tools and techniques for the financial analysis. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Very good. So she had given types of financial analysis, steps of financial analysis, and then she had given about the tools and the techniques. Very good. Very good presentation, Bhavni.
Thank you, ma'am.
Still, I didn't get any of the mails from any of you. So, what about the
Ma'am,
students?
4029.
4029, Navya.
29.
Yeah, Navya.
Yes, ma'am.
So, you had sent
Yes, ma'am.
to my
Ma'am,
number.
it's taking time, ma'am.
Why it's taking so much time? You do
Ma'am,
one thing,
Ma'am,
send to your,
network issue, ma'am.
no, do one thing, send to your friend to Pavani. Send to Pavani. Pavani
Okay.
will send me. Pavani, are you there?
Okay. Yes, ma'am. I am.
That, she will
I will
send.
share you, ma'am. Once
Yeah.
you.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, Navya, you do it. Meanwhile, I'll be showing the marks to them. Where was it? Yesterday, yeah. It took so much time for correcting because some papers are horizontal, some papers are vertical. Yes, 1 minute. Let me remove all this. You will not understand. Yes, you can see your marks here. This is the score obtained out of 30. I got yeah. Navya, are you
Ma'am, I
ready?
have saved Bhavya's
Yeah.
presentation.
Navya, please start.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, all. My topic is on financial analysis. First is cost of production. The cost of production refers to the total cost incurred by a business to produce a specific quantity to offer a service. The cost may include such as labor, raw material, consumable supplies. The cost of production is defined as expenditure incurred to obtain the factors of production such as labor, land, and capital that are needed in the production process of a product. Ma'am, next slide.
Navya, please tell
Types
this
of cost
again.
of production.
Navya, please explain this again for us. This fixed cost, variable cost, total cost, average, and marginal cost in detail for us. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah. Continue.
There are various types of cost of production. They include fixed cost, variable cost, total cost, average cost, and marginal cost.
What happened, Navya? Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
How to calculate the cost of production? The average cost per unit equal to fixed cost plus variable cost divided by total number of items produced. Ma'am, next slide. Second, financial expenses. These are costs incurred from borrowing or earning income from financial investment. These are the expenses which are outside the company's core business. These include loan, organization fees, and the interest on money borrowed. And next slide.
Provision for taxation.
Provision for taxation. It is the provision for taxation is provision made out of the current profit to meet the tax obligation. There is time gap between provision made and payment of actual tax liability, so it serves as source of short-term finance during the intermediate period. Ma'am, next slide. Features of provision of taxation. First, sources of working capital, cost of financing, legal formalities, fourth, flotation cost. Next slide.
Profit after tax and after tax profit margin is a financial performance ratio calculated by dividing net income by net sales. A company's after tax profit margin is significant as it shows how well a company control its costs. The after tax profit margin is same as net profit margin. And next,
Depreciation.
depreciation. It is an accounting method of allocating cost of a physical asset over a useful life. It represents how much of an asset value has been used. The depreciation assets help companies to earn revenue from an asset while expensing a portion of a cost of its cost each year the asset is in use. If not taken into account, it can greatly affect the profits. Ma'am, next.
That's it.
That's thank you. Ma'am.
Yeah, one thing I'm telling you, all of you, seminar is like PPT. You have to explain it the way. Okay, it's okay. This is a class seminar, okay. But when you do your final project review, what do they see is the less you have in your slide, the more you have to talk. The less should be there in the slide, the more you have to talk. It's a theory subject, so you will be writing it, it's okay. But in final year project, I suggest you only put only figures and the graphs which you cannot explain by talk, but you cannot explain by talk, right? So only figures, um, machinery, some material, or some graphs or some analysis point, you have to only those you put it. But sentences, let's say if I'm doing an experiment on a machine, do not write the specifications. In the sense, you can write the machine setup or machine life or machine dimensions, you can write. But what is that definitions and all, do not write it. So suggestions from me, or if they're asking you, if in a slide they will not expect the definitions, because who is sitting in the panel or who is judging you, they know the definitions or they know everything. They will see the results and the figures what you want. So please make a note of it. So PPT, the more figures, the more numericals or the more graphs, it will attract. It will attract. As part of my experience in software or some companies I work. So the more figures or the more graphs you have, the less sentences it should be there in the PPT. Okay, very good presentation, Navya, you had given. So I'm expecting the other students to give a seminar on break even analysis. What are they available, CR?
I will check, ma'am.
Yeah, hello ma'am.
Ma'am, let me know the roll numbers, ma'am. Ma'am, I don't know.
కాలేదు మ్యామ్ 11:10 వరకు ఉంది వస్తున్నా వస్తుంది హలో
Ma'am,
యా
ma'am,
ఓకే
may I know the roll numbers, ma'am? Next roll numbers who have to give the
who is
presentation.
okay, CR, are you CR?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, 4038. Can you see the screen here given in green color?
Yes, ma'am. 38 is not there, ma'am, today in class.
Okay, 4041 she said.
I
Let
am
me
only
take
4041, ma'am.
4041. Okay, 4042.
He is not there, ma'am. He is not there in the class.
4045.
Ramana is also not there, ma'am. 50 is also not there, and 301 is also not there in the class right now.
So what should I do with this? Tell them that ma'am is asking.
Yes, ma'am. I'll post a message now.
Ask them to give the explanation for this. Okay.
Okay, ma'am, definitely.
Okay. So meanwhile, okay, everything is done from your end, from my end. Okay. Let me show the marks. I'll read it or you'll see.
We will tell the roll numbers, ma'am. You tell the mark. Only 15 are there, no, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. Tell the numbers.
Order wise, they
Yeah,
can
you
tell.
can. You can. You just tell the number. I'll tell the marks.
Anuradha ma'am, 4039, 13th batch.
40. Okay, let me find it. 4039.
Yes, ma'am. She is retained batch, ma'am. 13th batch.
Her script is not there.
Okay.
Okay, her script is not there. Then
Sudeshna, 4008, 16th batch.
4008.
Sudeshna.
Deshna 23
Out of 30, no, ma'am.
out of 30.
Okay. Ramini Saumya, 4001.
27 out of 30.
Okay. Hemadri Pranita, 4004.
4004.
Yes, ma'am.
23 out of 30.
4007, T Saumya, Tekali Saumya.
4007. Let me.
Yes.
Yeah, 25 out of 30.
4008, Vernam Sushmita.
4008. 23.
Yes.
4008. 1 minute. 1 minute. There are two
Okay.
here. Yeah, 23
Yes.
out of 30.
Okay, ma'am. Muhammad Farhanuddin, 4009.
4009.
Hmm.
4009. 28 out of 30.
Zubair Ahmad Chowdhury, 4011.
23. 23 out of 30.
Okay, ma'am. Saeed Saifuddin, 4024.
4024. 4024. Yeah, 4024. There is no script here.
Saeed Saifuddin, ma'am.
4024.
Yes, ma'am.
24.
2024.
No, there is no script here. 4024. No, there is no script.
4029, Navya Inukonda.
4029.
Hmm.
Yeah, 22 out of 30.
4041, Ganreti Pavani, ma'am.
4021.
Yes, 4141, ma'am.
41.
Hmm.
4041. 27 out of 30.
4309, Gadila Madhuri. 4309.
Yeah, Madhuri, she got 23 out of 30.
Okay, ma'am. 4315, Malayarapu Saujanya.
4315.
Yes, ma'am.
4315. It's not there. Script is not there.
Okay, ma'am. 4316, Nituri Radhakrishna.
Yeah. 4316. Script is not there.
Nituri Radha.
Yeah, it's
Ma'am,
not.
it
Yeah.
means what, ma'am? Their script is not there means they didn't wrote the exam,
I
ma'am.
think they didn't load it as of yesterday. These were the scripts. I will see today.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Okay.
That's all, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
That's all. That's all. Okay. As of yesterday, I've corrected these many. So I will
Okay.
see today once again.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Still, any doubts you have in the subject, tell me. And I didn't tell you the quantitative analysis of demand forecasting, and few topics in financial analysis. So I will cover it Monday on Monday, and what do we do? And then you tell me you want problem. Fourth unit is problems. Okay, fifth unit is subjective. It's a theory subject, theory topics. You tell me which one you want. You want first unit 5 or unit 4?
Problematic unit, ma'am. Unit 4 we will do first.
Unit 4 will do.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. You have PERT, CPM, the network analysis. We had seen one of this is in one of the stages in project formulation, network analysis. So we'll do some problems in that. Are you comfortable in my mathematical teaching today, or shall I use some like other faculties using pointer marker? Shall I use that, or is this okay?
It's okay, ma'am.
If you're comfortable with this, I will do this. What I did is yesterday I have written on the screen and I took the screenshot of that. So we'll see for per 10 CPM. I think so this will not work out. We'll see how well we'll do. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
right?
Okay.
Still you have time. I don't have videos to show you. If I have, I'll show to you. Why to waste time? If I have some videos, I'll show. Did I show the difference of Anil Ambani and Mukesh Ambani?
Yes, ma'am.
Not shown.
Previously, you have shown, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, on 29th, your exam, some students didn't wrote, ma'am, due to the JE exam, ma'am. So, sir told that, Nirikshan sir told that they will reschedule, ma'am, their exam.
Okay, okay. That's why some scripts are missing.
Not, yes, ma'am. They went to JE exam, ma'am, SSC JE exam. All the
Oh,
lateral entry students went to write the exam. So, sir said that he will reschedule the timetable, ma'am, for this exam.
okay, 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 okay. Okay. Still anything you wanted to share? Anyone who wanted to give seminar, you can give. Still you have 5 minutes more. Still any doubts? Still any doubts anyone is having? On today's topic, break-even point. Are you all there or left? I didn't take the attendance also.
No doubts, ma'am.
No doubts, Hamma. Now I got a voice from you. Why you're not talking in the class? If you interact with me here, then only you will understand. It's a very easy subject. It's a very easy subject. Some small problems are there in third and fourth unit. I'm trying to explain you. I'm asking you to show the video. Just a book. Only few had shown. Right? So we'll leave the session. I think you have break from 11:10 to 11:20. Your class resumes at 11:20 or 11:10? When your class resumes at 11:10 or
11:20, ma'am.
11:20,
11:20,
10
ma'am.
minutes break.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, fine. We'll wait for 3 more minutes. Let me stop recording now.